So, you want me to drop out too, huh, Doc? I thought if anyone wanted me to go through with it, it'd be you. After all, you don't get your shiny reward until I win and make my way through the walls, right? Oh yes, of course I don't get what I want until you win the race. But that does predicate that you actually win the race. If you die a horrible death, I get nothing, except an immense amount of wasted time and energy. So, rather than telling you what I think you should do, I'm simply going to lay some facts on you. Let me tell you something, Jax. The reason it feels like the universe is out to get you is because it is. The universe is a cruel, spiteful, wicked thing. And there are those that live within it that, for reasons that you wouldn't understand, the universe wants to kill, to wipe away. And so it stacks before them near insurmountable odds, tries to kill them at every turn, waylays their every action, trying to force their hand, giving them only one of two options. Either try to force their way forward through odds that, in all likelihood, will result in their death, or they can cow down, bend those little knees of theirs, stop chasing after that light at the end of the tunnel, and they get to live. They get to go on with their measly little life, unfulfilled, unable to attain the things that they truly want in this world. And let me tell you, most of the people who try to struggle against it are only washed away. They die cruel, bloody deaths with nothing to show for it but pain and agony. But every once in a while, every once in a great, long while, someone refuses to back down. Someone, despite all the odds against them, despite death coming for them around every corner, despite the universe trying to get rid of them, surmounts those odds, claims what they wish from this world, and says to hell with the universe's plans. They achieve spectacular things, but only once they're willing to walk through the fire to claim them. Yes, your odds are slim to none. The chances that you'll make it out alive barely exist at all. But this is it, Jax. This is your choice. The point in time in which you choose the path you'll walk, the life you'll live. And the chances are you won't get another. I mean, really, who's to say that if you tried to enter again next year, that it would be any better than this year? That the rules and situation will be any less cruel, any less unforgiving? They could even be worse. The truth is, we just don't know. The only thing we do know is that we always have a choice. We can choose to travel the safe road in hopes of sustaining ourselves, giving the universe what it wants. Or we can force our way ahead, choose to try to surmount the odds, regardless of how rarely it actually happens. And in the end, it all simply comes down to choice. Whether you will allow fear to dominate your actions, or whether you can surmount it. Because your desire to claim what you wish is stronger. So, tell me, Jax, which path do you choose? Will you fight the tide regardless of the fact that it seems pointless? Or will you give in and simply let it push you back to shore, hoping that you'll be safe upon it? Well, Jax, what do you say? A gamble of long odds? Or safety and hope for the future? What will you decide? What will your destiny be? I stared at him as he finished talking, simply relaxed, one leg crossed over the other, sipping at that cup of tea, talking like he knew it all, like he had it all figured out, like there were things that we simply couldn't understand, but that he grasped all too well. But all the same, it didn't stop him from having an exceptionally good point. Was this it for me? Was I gonna give in and pack it up, go home and hope for better odds when they could just get worse? No. I refuse, I thought to myself. I refuse, I said aloud. I have spent my entire life hoping for something to change, doing the same thing day in and day out, with no progress to show for it. Nothing but a dusty old steel mill, and a life that I cling to, even though there's barely anything in it. Nothing but hardship and survival. No, I refuse to keep living like that. I don't care if it's insane, or if it's a gamble of enormously long odds. If I die, so be it. I'll die trying to achieve something, even if it amounts to nothing. I refuse to give in, just because things look bad. I don't care if nobody's beat the Reaper before. There's always gotta be a first time for everything. Jax, you're talking crazy. Don't let that nut job get into your head. He's gonna get you killed. No, Emily. I think he's right. Giving up now is just cowardice. I'm too afraid to fight the odds, to move forward. But I refuse to do that. I will move forward. It's the only direction that matters. Standing still isn't gonna get me anywhere. If I have to risk everything for it, then I will. Heck, entering this race in the first place was a life or death risk. I've got no place trying to back out just because the odds are stacking the other direction. No, I won't. If they want to play a game of life and death, then I'll play it. M. Bring up the schematics for the Angel of Death. I've got a lot of research to do. I need to know everything about it. Its weapon systems, its armor, its engine, its tires, the driver, anything and everything that you can possibly give. Luckily enough, unlike the rest of the drivers, the Angel of Death tends to be a matter of public knowledge. It's one of the ways that biotech advertises all of its new equipment, so they'll have detailed files on everything. I don't care if it's the most indestructible thing ever built. It has to have some sort of weakness, something I can capitalize on, because at this point, I'm not backing down. They want a match between the Angel and me? Then they'll get one. Dig up the work. Get all the dirt on it you can. Because tomorrow, when that race starts, and everyone expects me to run for the hills, to try to hide away from the Angel of Death, like everyone else, instead, I'm coming for him. The Angel of Death is my target. It's no small feat, but It's gotta be done. It's time to plan to kill death.